Animals and microbes have been cooperating with one another for about as long as animals have been in existence, long before humans walked the earth. The bodies of our ancient ancestors offered protected, nutrient-rich habitats for microbes. In return, microbes gave animals the benefit of their genes. Borrowing microbial genes was an evolutionary shortcut to developing new capabilities. The genes of the microbes that live inside and on our bodies outnumber our own genes by about 100 to 1. Most of these genes simply help the microbes survive, but some help us. Microbial genes code for enzymes that break down food that we can't digest on our own. Some code for proteins that build vital nutrients or make molecules that keep harmful bacteria away. We're just beginning to understand our relationship with microbes, but we do know that without them, we wouldn't be here. Microbes in the large intestine make vitamins that we can't make on our own, including B vitamins. Both in bacteria and in our own cells, B vitamins are important for making and repairing DNA. They also take part in building amino acids and in harvesting energy from our food. Basic metabolic functions we share with microbes. We give microbes a comfortable home. In return, we gain the benefits of their vitamin-building genes, even in processes that we don't share with microbes. Vitamin K helps our blood clot. B12, which can be made only by bacteria and archaea, helps build healthy blood and brain tissue. Other microbe-produced vitamins regulate blood sugar, strengthen the immune system, and keep the nervous system working properly. Gut microbes make small molecules that enter the bloodstream. The molecules travel throughout the body, where they have broad-reaching effects on metabolism. They affect how liver and muscle cells store nutrients and use sugar. They act as signals, prompting our cells to store energy as either fat or glycogen. They influence how the body responds to insulin, the hormone that regulates blood sugar. Bacterial compounds even regulate appetite and weight gain. So the food we eat affects our body not only directly, but also indirectly through our microbiota. Our food is also food for microbes, and different diets support different microbial communities. And each community makes a unique variety of small molecules. Microbes in our intestines break down foods that we can't digest on our own. They have a special talent for digesting carbohydrates, including starches, fibers, and sugars. Carbohydrate-busting microbes increase the value of our food by releasing nutrients that would otherwise pass through undigested. Researchers estimate that as much as 10% of the calories we absorb are made available by microbes. Our ancestors probably ate these microbes along with their food. Microbes that were digesting plants in the wild found a new home in our intestines, a protected environment that gave them access to the same foods. Most microbes don't break molecules down as thoroughly as we do, so we get plenty of energy from the leftovers. Gut microbes, and probably skin microbes as well, train the immune system in a number of ways. Friendly bacteria stimulate immune tissue around the gut, increasing the production of pathogen-fighting antibodies. Gut microbes teach the immune system to recognize and attack harmful invaders while leaving friendly species alone, not only in the digestive tract but throughout the body. As an added benefit, when the immune system learns to tolerate friendly bacteria, it also becomes less likely to mistakenly attack our own cells. Certain bacteria in the gut release compounds that decrease inflammation. These compounds keep beneficial microbes safe by blocking attack from our immune system. We benefit as well. The compounds have a general calming effect, preventing harmful inflammation and keeping the immune system from overreacting. One study saw an increase in the levels of helpful anti-inflammatory bacteria in people who had recently lost weight. Other research suggests that individuals with less inflammation also have a lower risk for cancer. Our body surfaces, both inside and out, are covered with a biofilm of microbes. In order to colonize our bodies, new microbes must elbow their way through these biological shields and compete for resources. In the sinuses, a healthy population of microbes can protect us from invasion by bacteria that cause the uncomfortable and often painful inflammation of sinusitis. Our intestinal biofilm is strengthened by a diet low in processed sugars and fats. Many microbes release molecules that keep competing bacteria and fungi away. Taking a cue from microbes, doctors learned decades ago that they could use these natural compounds to cure deadly infections. More than half of the antibiotics used in medicine today are derived from compounds produced by bacteria from just one genus, Streptomyces. In recent years, scientists have come to appreciate the antimicrobial effects of our own resident bacteria. Healthy microbes also help the body defend itself. On the skin, S. epidermis bacteria signal our cells, prompting us to make microbe-fighting molecules that protect us from infection. Several species of lactobacillus bacteria that colonize the vagina release lactic acid as a byproduct. Lactic acid lowers the local pH to about 4. 7 is neutral, making their surroundings so acidic that many harmful microbes, including bacteria, yeast, and viruses, can't survive. As an added defense, these bacteria produce antimicrobial proteins that keep unfriendly invaders at bay. One study found that the virus concentration necessary for transmitting HIV is 10,000 times higher in the vagina than in the blood, an effect due in part to the protective nature of the resident bacteria. Microbes convert skin oils into natural moisturizers that keep skin soft, flexible, and crack-free. Healthy, crack-free skin is a strong barrier that keeps out bacteria and other harmful things. As bacteria break down skin oils, they also make byproducts that lower the skin's pH. These acids keep undesirable bacteria from growing and penetrating our skin. When the cells lining our intestines are damaged, bacteria release chemicals that signal nearby cells to start dividing, helping us heal faster. When they break down carbohydrates, bacteria in the lower digestive tract make a chemical called N-butyrate. N-butyrate is an energy source for our cells. It's also a signal that strengthens the connections between the cells of our intestinal lining. A strong barrier keeps potentially irritating intestinal contents from leaking through the intestinal wall. Microbes make two compounds, ARA and DHA, that signal brain cells to divide. These compounds have long been recognized as important nutrients, especially for babies and young children whose brains are still developing. In fact, their apparent influence on learning and memory is so compelling that they are routinely added to baby formula. Recent evidence suggests that gut bacteria also send signals directly to the brain. The gut is surrounded by gobs of nervous tissue. Some even refer to this collection of 500 million or so neurons as the second brain. Gut neurons connect to the brain mainly through the vagus nerve, carrying information from the brain to the gut and from the gut to the brain. Interestingly, bacteria in the intestine make some of the same molecules that transmit signals in the brain: GABA, serotonin, melatonin, acetylcholine, and others. Baby mice raised in a sterile environment don't develop a complete immune system. The lymphatic tissue that normally grows around the intestine is disorganized and underdeveloped. The mice produce fewer antibodies, and they lack the complex capillary system that their microbe-filled counterparts develop as youngsters. Eating a healthy diet, high in fiber and low in sugar and fat, supports a healthy community of bifidobacteria. Bifidobacteria keep toxins made by other bacteria, specifically lipopolysaccharides, from passing through the intestinal wall and into the bloodstream. Harmful strains of E. coli bacteria release toxins that can damage the kidneys and destroy red blood cells. Certain species of beneficial gut bacteria can prevent these toxins from entering the bloodstream. Some microbes even inactivate toxic molecules that we ingest along with our food, as well as toxins made by other microbes. Bacteria in the large intestine help break down complex carbohydrate molecules. One of the breakdown products they produce as they digest the fiber found in rice and other grains is formate. Formate diffuses out of the intestine and into the bloodstream. In the kidneys, it affects salt processing. People with more formate in their blood tend to have lower blood pressure,